Hello, everybody. It's February 26th today, and we are reading in Mark some more, and then in Psalm 42, a very familiar psalm. And I saw a little bit of a connection between these two things here. It seems that Jesus is getting a bit frustrated with his disciples who aren't quite catching on to what he's teaching as quickly as he had hoped that they would, that they seem to be asking the same questions and still lacking faith. And Jesus even has to say into Peter in this section to get thee behind me, Satan, here, you don't have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. So you can see a little bit of maybe a frustration piling up for Jesus as things aren't going for his disciples as quickly as he would hope that they would, that they're just still not catching on after all these months of hearing him teach. And they're confused and they're lost and they're trying to decide between two things: their addiction to the world, likely, and the desire to be a part of God's kingdom and what He's doing. So certainly can understand their point of view in it, that they are struggling to keep up with Jesus and His teaching. We certainly experience those kinds of things too. But you can understand Jesus's frustration too. How many times is he going to have to need to explain it to them before they finally catch on and dedicate themselves fully to what He said? And then Psalm 42 is a very famous psalm too, basically a conversation between the psalmist and his soul. As a deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. Where can I go and meet with God? There's a longing and desire to be with Him, and yet a frustration that that's not his immediate experience. And later he says, "My soul is downcast within me, therefore I will remember you from the land of the Jordan, the heights of Hermon, from Mount Mitzar. Deep calls the deep, and the roar of your waterfalls, all your waves and breakers have swept over me." So he feels lost, feels like he's drowning, perhaps, and soul is downcast, and yet he's looking to the right place for hope. And I wonder if Jesus had some of that when he is experiencing this frustration with his disciples, if he looks to his Father with in hope and thinking, "Lord, you are doing what you need to. I feel lonely. I feel like nobody understands me, but you do, and I will try to turn my attention to you." The end of that psalm says, "Put your hope in God, for I will yet praise him, my Savior and my God." That is the answer, is to put your hope in God, to overcome your frustration with some eternal perspective. Look up instead of sideways. Do the vertical conversation with God before you have the horizontal conversations with other people, so that your frustrations can be worked out with God before you take it out on others. I think Jesus was good at getting that perspective from his Father and coming back with renewed energy to endure the constant battle of helping others uh, come to faith and then thrive in that faith. So it's a long process, and Jesus is exemplary in taking the time with his disciples and using many methods to reach out to them. So I think those two things fit together pretty well. All right, that's enough for today. We'll see you tomorrow.